Group D's loser match here at the WCS Korea, well, WCS Finals for Season 1 in Korea. It's up for Demaga and Revival.
It might seal the fate of the last foreigner in the WCS Finals, in the season finals that we have here. TLO and Stefano in Group A were not able to make it. Both of them are out of the tournament already. And now we have Demaga. He's the last one in. He already lost the last one.
Yeah, he did, and he was ahead, actually, against Roro. He just ended up losing game number 2 by making a tech choice that didn't quite work out for him there on Planet S.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate for him. So Demaga has now to play another Zerg versus Zerg, this time in the losers match, and whoever loses here is out. We have his opponent Revival, who was the runner-up at WCS America. Revival not successful in his first game against Roro earlier. So, against Innovation earlier on. So let's find out who's going to take it. We already know who's going to advance. The first player that's going to advance out of the group, it is Innovation. So whoever wins the next series is then up against Roro.
Yep. We are in the lobby. Game number 1 will be on Belshire Vestige. Players haven't joined the lobby just yet, so we might have a little bit of time. But while we have this time, I would like to tell everyone to get on Twitter and, of course, tweet about the stream that's here. Looks like Artos has just finished his particular group. So if you guys want to follow, or get everybody knowing that this stream is going on, the last foreigner is actually playing here. Make sure you tweet the Twitch link, which is, of course, WCS_GSL2. Make sure you get everyone in here.
Yeah, and also make sure that you hashtag WCS. The StarCraft Twitter account was also active the entire time and tweeting a lot about it. Keeping you updated with the results. We had a few of the Korean editors actually bringing out a lot of the pictures from the venue. And Demaga already joined the lobby, so Demaga, he needs to win it right now. So far he hasn't taken a single map. He is up against Revival in the losers match. And, well, foreigners all over the world are now hoping that he is able to just advance to the next round, but things are looking a bit grim. He's up against very strong players, up against Revival.
And even if he beats Revival, he has to play another ZVZ, again, a rematch against Roro. So it's going to be a really, really long and tough road for Demaga, but it's still possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible for him to pull that off. Revival also joining the lobby now, so we have both Zerg players ready and could start with our stream any second. As soon as ONGN with the production is ready to start things off, we will jump into game number 1. It is on Belshire Vestige, and so far most of the ZVZs we've seen today were going into the later stage of the game. We haven't actually seen a lot of early pools.
Yeah, not too much. Just hatch first after hatch first. In fact, in our previous series, really weird game with a quick tech to Ultralist versus Swarm Host. Swarm Host ended up winning out the day there. And it looks like both players are ready. We're jumping into Belshire Vestige, as I mentioned before. The winner will go on to face the final match, Roro. Yeah.
So another ZVZ is waiting after this one, and we are going into the game right now. The countdown has already started. It is Revival for Team Evil Genius. He is up against Demaga, who just acquired a personal sponsorship with Rocket. So he's trying to make this work here at the WCS Season 1 Finals. We're going into the map right away. Roro up against Demaga up against Revival. Starting to the top left of Belshire Vestige, we have the Ukrainian Zerg player here at the WCS Season 1 Finals. It is
Demaga from Europe.
From Ukraine in particular.
And starting to the bottom right, we have his opponent, starting for the Evil Geniuses.
Easy Revival Raid Call from America.
9 pool coming out from Revival.
Yeah. Talking about the early pools, we just mentioned them a second ago. This is what we have not seen so far today. The 9 pool here for Revival, and let's see what Demaga is going to do. We have his Overlord nearly completed. Will he go into the hatch first, or is he starting with a pool?
Yeah, well, in the previous series he showed us 2 hatch firsts in a row, and that stands to reason he'll do it again.
Overlord soon going to meet in the middle of the map, but then the second Overlord won't be visible to Demaga. So here comes the pool for Revival, halfway done. Demaga with 15 supply. Looks like he's going to start with a hatch first here. The best chance here for Revival to take his opponent out. If he starts with a hatch first, that is like the best opportunity that Revival will have.
Yeah, Revival is going to need to do a heavy amount of damage here, though, to make this worth it. And here we go, 4 lane start. He will start the next 2 in just a second. There they are, 6 in total. And Do you feel he's going to do a Baneling follow-up to this, or is he just going to try to expand behind it?
No, I don't think that we're going to see a Baneling follow-up. Usually what you do when you want to have the Banelings, you start with the 10 pool and then go straight into 10 gas as well. That's when you have the Banelings and then can move in. With the 9 pool here, it's a bit of a different opening. You hit earlier than you would, but you definitely would usually forego the gas. And that's what he did. It's already too late to start with the Banelings. But Dimaga has seen it now with the Overlord. The problem for him really being that Revival is committing a lot to this. He's even going in the oversupply with the Extractor, building the next set of Zerglings and then cancelling. So this is going to hit hard. Yeah,
it's going to hit really, really hard. I mean, there's nothing he can do to make his pool build faster, similarly to how Roro died to Innovation. Not much that can be done about that. Gets his gas back at home because he knows he's going to need speed to do counterattacks if he can survive this. Hatchery almost complete. And it's starting to lose some hit points for sure.
He could have tried to ignore it and just go into the main base. The question is always how well the Zerg player that is being attacked is able to work with the drones. You can't just stack them up, cluster them up, put them into those mineral pockets and just buy time, which is really strong. Here's the cancel, the drone escapes, and now the Zerglings on the way in the main base, where
he's going to get us around?
Is of course taking his own expansion.
Does not surround the exit after all, but a few more links coming in. He fights with the drones here, and like you said, yeah, he's getting his own expansion back at home.
Yeah, but you know, actually Dimaga didn't really lose too much here.
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah, most of those links are already gone, so in this situation we have now 20 versus 20 supply. Dimaga, of course, having a lot more minerals here. He wants to start his expansion again, but a Zergling follow-up for Revival takes down the drone to the top right. So the base will be much faster for Revival. We also, at this point, have the queens out. One queen for both players. A little bit of a harvester lead for Revival after he droned up faster. Gives him an edge. But it could have been worse for Dimaga.
Yeah, it's an edge, but it could have been sharper. And the one thing that Revival is missing, of course, is the gas.
That is true. So the tech is better for Dimaga at this point. That's one of the things that he gets out of it. Another drone dying here.
Yeah, he could have saved that one, actually.
Yeah, Revival doing a good job with that. But keep in mind that Revival had the queen out earlier. He has now the second queen in the game. He's already starting to hunt overlords. And we have him with the expansion on the low ground already completed. So his injects are going to hit a lot faster. He will have much more harvesters. And he also has 2 mineral lines to saturate.
Yeah, can Dimaga actually use his speed to close the deficit? That's the one tool he's going to have in his arsenal, and Revival knows it. He's already starting his Spinecrawler right now. He's not going to play this too greedy. He needs to get his own Extractor up pretty soon too.
Dimaga is now losing the Overlord, and that's really annoying for him. That's something that he tried to avoid. And he could have saved it. He could have tried to just fly that Overlord onto the high ground, and that would have been it, because there is no Overlord around for his opponent, so that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah. You think Dimaga gets a little bit nervous after losing the last series like he did?
You know, like, he's in Korea right now. I don't know exactly when he arrived, but this is like a really huge tournament that he's playing now. I think that nerves are definitely an issue. If you play as a European player in a European tournament, I feel it's a bit better for you. You're not as nervous as you normally would be. The same is true for Koreans that are now on their home turf. So I feel that in terms of nerves, he definitely has a bit of a disadvantage over Revival.
Yeah. All that speed is done now, and the Extractor just now being added for Revival. This is more links than I think he expected. He will have to make sure his queen hugs on tight that hatchery.
I actually think this is like this is not a huge commitment. What Dimaga really wants to do is get this third protected somehow.
He transfused a drone.
Yeah. Who did?
I'm pretty sure he did. I think he transfused one of those drones with his second queen.
I actually missed that. I was focusing on the minimap here where we have the third base. Also a little bit of aggression apparently at the natural. We didn't really see that. There was not too much happening. But Dimaga is actually going into the third base, and he's going into the tech like really fast. Cutting a few corners here.
I like it though, because he's in the position where he has the speed to control the map, and this is going to allow him to get that third base completed.
Yeah, but have a quick look at the production.
Right.
Zerglings, and a lot of them are being built for Revival, and with the Baneling nest, as soon as he has speed, he's going to try to hit.
That Roach Horn is not going to be that ready in time to get enough roaches out.
Well, he could hold. I just don't see him hold the third. That's the bigger issue that I have with this. The natural, maybe. If he walls off, if he gets a Spinecrawler there, I actually think he has already one that he could reposition. But getting the third base saved, I do not see that happen. Not with what he has.
Yeah, and very aggressive crease spread here for Revival, so you can rally those units across much faster. 18 lings on the way right now. Baneling Nest is done. And speed's about to kick in. Revival, a very aggressive attack here, and Dimaga just doesn't know about it yet. He's about to find out with that Overlord.
Yeah, +1 has been started for the Ukrainian Zerg player.
He lost it, that Overlord, in fact.
+1/+1. But he sees it. He sees it, and he knows that his third is going to be taken out. He has the Roach Roar now, but the issue really being that the +1 attack upgrade is not going to be done in time.
I think he's just going to go.
Roaches.
I think he's just going to go for the natural. He's making 22 banelings here.
It would be smart to go for the natural.
He sends the lings over to the third for now to kill any drones, anything stray over there.
There's no spine crawler.
Nothing here.
And he's trying to block, but the roaches are not there yet. And those zerglings, they can't deal with those banes. There are just too many of them.
There's way too many of them. They're still alive here. Great control so far by Revival. Look at all those banelings rolling in. He's just trying to pick what he wants to kill.
The Queen is already down. A great split on the drones by Dimaga. That was really amazing. But now he's even taking down the lava. Where are those? Oh, he needs the roaches. But now all those drones are dying.
Great split on the drones, but
already done.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, there's just way too many lings here.
Dimaga is dead. He is down to 27 supply against 74. Revival is taking his natural apart. There are still a lot of banelings left. He can surround the roaches that are being built here. The +1 attack upgrade was just too late. GG.
Dimaga cutting some corners, and
some corners. He cut all of them.
Yeah, he took the crust off of his sandwich.
Yeah, he definitely did. I mean, at the end when he cut all those corners off, he had a cute.
He made a circle, all right? He took a square and made a circle. That's what he did.
He was going into a third base. He was actually already a little bit behind in production because Revival had the early hatch, he had all the saturation of the natural, he had the extra queen, the faster inject, and then Dimaga decided, you know what, it's actually time to go into Roach Run, skip the Baneling Nest, get a third base, and go into lair at the same time. And Revival was like, sick, free win.
Yeah, I mean, he thought with the lings he had on the map, he had enough control to buy time to get those up, but he never really kept his lings forward where they needed to be to see something like this coming even. It was way too greedy what he decided to do.
I think he was trying to hide that. Maybe, I didn't check his vision, but maybe he didn't see the overload at the third base. Maybe he was really just gambling. I mean, let's be honest here, if Revival doesn't realize it, or does for some reason just wait too long, then Dimaga has 3 bases, has roaches with +1 attack upgrade, and is just gonna take this game. But there was so many corners that he was trying to cut, and Revival saw everything that was happening and just said thank you, and wrapped his present, Christmas come early, and he takes the game. There was nothing, there was not even a spine crawl at the wall.
Yeah, now, map number 2, Dimaga picks the same map that he picked against Roar. He picks Leo Planet S. This is the map that he was so ahead on. He had a great defense, but he chose Ultruist as his tech, and the Swarm Homes beat him. So, as long as he can keep that out of his mind here and focus, I think he should actually be able to at least put a good showing, just like he did last time on this particular map.
Yeah, the thing is that on the last time when he played, it was a mistake by Roro. He went for like a half-hearted attack, and Dimaga had great defense. Not quite sure if the Revival is going for that, but it's definitely a map where Dimaga feels very comfortable on. So we are going into this match right now. We have game number 2 coming up between Revival and Dimaga at the WCS Season 1 finals here in Korea.